He usually froths. I think he's in a state of exasperation this week. Let's find out. Dr. Roger, good morning.
Good morning, James.
You are, of course, CEO of Fair Money, personal finance and credit expert. Let's talk about corporation tax. The government want to increase it. They're bonkers.
I have become a grim executive. I mean, they're completely bonkers. I mean, one wonders what Rish and Jezza can do to infuriate the voting public any more and make things any worse, but they never cease to amaze us. You're quite right. They've come up with this proposal to increase corporation tax. They've reignited this proposal to increase it from a gigantic 19 to 25% at a time like this. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
But also, you don't expect a Conservative government to increase tax like this. And the last point is that if you start increasing taxes like this, that corporation tax needs to be seen in the context of all the other tax that business pays. So they pay corporation tax, but they also pay capital gains tax. They'll be paying national insurance on their employees. They'll be paying perhaps VAT on purchases. I mean, all sorts of things that they will be paying. So the overall tax bill, combined with the fact that for every employee, that employee is paying personal tax, there's a lot of tax being paid. And if you do this to an economy, you will strangle its growth.
And when you reduce the research and development tax reliefs, the whole thing becomes a joke. So basically, ironically, in doing this, they are actually going to produce less revenue for the Treasury. That's been proved several times. When George Osborne reduced taxes, the Treasury receipts went shooting up, funnily enough. Now, they're also going to cripple investment, research and development, capital expenditure by businesses. The Tories wanted a trickle-down effect in the economy. Well, they certainly have one, because the giant pharmaceutical company AstraZeneca has just canceled its £300 million investment program because of the tax climate in the UK. So that will undoubtedly trickle down to every single business in this country.
OK, let's talk about McDonald's. Like many businesses, they are facing extreme inflationary pressures. We did hear about the fact that last summer the chain put up the price for a cheeseburger for the first time in 14 years. It would appear now as if the floodgates are open and prices are going up everywhere.
Their turnover, James, has increased to 12%, but their margins are obviously shrinking, and they are, to their credit, unlike our politicians, committed to making life as good as possible as they can for their customers and keeping prices affordable. But they have had to raise the prices now on 5 items.
Which is disappointing, but inevitable given the level of food inflation. I mean, I have to say, when I'm able, a cheeky visit to a Golden Arches, I still find, even with the price rises, relative to other places, it's good value, and I rather like it. However, other
best ice cream and coffee in town.
Other fast food restaurants are available, of course. Meanwhile, let's talk a very quick word about flying taxis. Where can you get one of those?
Dubai. The ruler of Dubai has announced that they have reintroduced, they're going to have another go at having flying taxis in that sometimes very congested capital, James. And within 3 years, they will have flying taxis made by a company called Joby, J-O-B-Y, in Santa Cruz, California. And those taxis will relieve the huge congestion in Dubai at rush hour. Now, there's been no indication from anybody how soon after that we can have them here, but this being Britain, and especially in London, we'll probably have traffic jams of air taxis pretty soon as well.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if we saw some new solutions to our transport issues and problems. Whether or not flying taxis is the answer, who only knows. Roger, thank you so much for joining us once again this morning. That's Dr. Roger Givolbi, CEO of Fair Money and personal finance and credit expert. So there we go. Thank you very much indeed for your stories. Now we're going to be turning our attention